Hey guys, it's in the wee hours of the morning and I need to get some sleep. So I figure what I'll do is instead of doing a full tilt shave, let's keep it simple today. I'm not going to go really picky about my lather, and I don't even think I'm going to pause the video. So this will be kind of a real-time shave, simple shave. I brought my gear in, I set it on the counter, but nothing's really arranged too much, so we'll just kind of walk through that. So in a way, it may be behind the scenes kind of attitude today. We are continuing on with the Nacet, and it is the reason why I'm shaving right now, because using this old blade in with 2 days of growth has a lot of tugging involved with it. And so I am going to just do this. Maybe I'll just do 2 passes just to keep my growth from getting too far out of hand. I don't know what. We'll just have to see. This is a vegan soap, Wickham 1912, and it's from Europe, I think the UK, and this is Russian Leather is the scent, and it really does kind of fit that vibe. And I've gotten pretty good performance out of Wickham over the years, and I definitely enjoy that brand. They've got an Irish Fern that's pretty good, and then a Magnum that was pretty neat. Maybe the Irish Fern and the Russian Leather were the only two that I kept, though. And this is going to be shave number 370 for the Nacet blade. And as I mentioned the other day, we're going to put this in a Fat Boy. This is a G1, which means it was made in 1960, 61. I believe 1961. And the first quarter of 1961. We're going to put it at a setting of a 5, kind of aggressive for me, because we're using an older blade. I can always dial it down if I need to. I'm not really going to track the water too much since it's a casual shave is the goal, but I do need to get I keep my sample scooper here in my soap cup, and then my Sharpie to put dots on the blade so that I know when it's been used. The brush here is a Vulfix, I believe it's a 377. Does it say it on there? It is a Silvertip from Vulfix. I believe it's kind of a, it's made by the same company that does The Simpsons, but they're kind of trying to get you to think that it's a grade down for the comparable Simpsons brush. It feels a little ropey to me, but I'm going to give it some uses over time and just see if it changes. All right, we've got the blade in, and this has maybe been a year since I've used it. I think I bought it used. And Barrister and Man has a Cologne Russe that's also a similar type of scent in terms of the gold of those Russian scents and stuff. And I like them both. So let me get my face in some water. So the Wolfman yesterday, with the mild Wolfman gap, was I needed a little bit more aggression, perhaps, to get a nice clean shave. All right, we're going to kind of do a different method today. We're going to take a really wet brush to the soap. I'm going to pull it out. I'm not even going to really shake it or anything. Yeah, anything like that. Let's just put it in there and start going. Just kind of play everything by eye. It's pretty firm soap. What I'm going to try today is once the suds kind of start to solidify there, I'm going to turn it sideways so that a lot of the really liquidy stuff just kind of goes away. And then let's just use that and see what happens. And so in a way, today is maybe let's just make today a face lathering day, because if I'm not gonna pay too much attention to getting the water the right way, maybe I'll use a lather that's more dry than I might normally like. Then why not do a face lather? You can see the big old splay here. Easy splay with this brush. Someday I'd love to try the Super Badger that Simpsons has. I tried the Best, and it just wasn't very soft for me. It wasn't enjoyable. I like the backbone, but it's a nice medium backbone. This one might be maybe a little too floppy, because it just splays so easily. I am going to do the method of adding just a few drops that many of the wet shavers do, just to help out. But because I kind of smushed the brush down in the soap, that caused a lot of the water that was in the brush to leave, and so that did kind of shaft me a little bit with the water. Now, I do plan on letting the soap be on my face for a little bit. I'm not just going to make a shaveable lather and then stop. I'm going to take the excess that keeps gathering, and I'm going to save it in my lather bowl. For use during second and third passes. That is something that face latherers have to deal with, is trying to keep enough lather around for that third pass. I wonder if that's why some of them like to kind of stick to the second pass. Stick to a two-pass shave. Now this lather doesn't look too bad. We'll just go with that. I think it's been enough time on my face. It's not a vegan soap that really competes well with easily with tallow, but it's a good slickness, and I wouldn't have a problem using this soap if I was stuck somewhere for a year and this is all I had. I'd still enjoy my shaves. And yeah, that's a nice scent. This is an interesting soap base, a soap company, because I had these. Oh, now that's nice. That setting is better than what I had the last couple of shaves. I guess maybe they were just too mild, but let's see if this is going to provide me with a closer cut. This is great. But what I was talking about with this brand, I was playing around with some samples, trying to find, and this is my habit, my custom. I hear of a company, I try some samples, I realize, that company's got some good stuff going on. Maybe they've been around for a while, and so I'd like to have something from them represented in my inventory. Just a light tugging here, more than a lot of people might want. There's people who tend to abandon the blade pretty quickly. I'm not coming down on them, that's just the way it is. And both Irish Fern and this Russian leather, I got full-size tubs of them, and they were so strong. And the Irish Fern has kind of some high pungent notes to it that kind of put me off a little bit. But then I rinse. Not going to rinse too much, just a little bitty rinse. And I thought, man, these are too pungent for me. I don't want to do this. And so I put them down to maybe sell them. Try some other soaps, you know. And then I discovered I kept trying them. I went back a couple of more times, and the scent was weaker. And so this soap helped me to learn. This company, it had nice strong scents when it was first made. Maybe because of the concentrate and stuff, and the scent didn't really have a chance to kind of burn off. So if you buy a tub and the scent is too strong for you the first time you use it, if you think you might like that soap, that same scent, but as a lighter version, then don't pitch it. Keep it around. Use it a few more times, and it might just change on its own as you use it a few times and get a brush on it. Now, if it still won't reduce, just leave the lid off of it for a day or two. But I could have lost some good soaps because I was blind to the fact that scent really could reduce. A little half rinse now. And that is my feeling during the rinsing there. I'm feeling less and less stubble. I think this setting is actually doing pretty well for me. And here we are on the third pass, and it looks like I've got enough to do a fourth if I need to do that. You know what? Let's dial up the aggression just for grins. I'm going to dial it up to a 7. I do not shave with a 7 on this if it's a normal usage blade, like anywhere under 30 uses. All right, yep, we're all lathered up. Still going to be careful with my technique and keep a light touch. A friend of mine just posted that he shaved with a soap company named 345 soaps. They're out of Colorado, it seems. I took a quick look on their website. They had a couple of scent profiles that I thought might be interesting. They're a small, very small family-run business, and so they did not have a lot of soap inventory at the moment. Oh, the nice scent. It's very present, maybe a 6 out of 10, and I like that. Out of habit, I paused you there. I don't see any problem with keeping it at the 7 setting. That worked pretty well. And let us Yeah, let's do another. We'll just do my neck only. And he 345 soaps. He tagged me in his Reddit post. This is my friend Mad Dinger's Yo, and he tagged me in his Reddit post because he knows that I'm a big fan of scents that are really present during the shave. If it's really a mild scent, then I kind of often put the soap on the back burner. So it sounds like that might be a company that's worth a look. Yeah, and so this is a nice performing soap. It's not elite level, but it's also not priced that way. It's also a lot harder than the elite level soaps, and so I bet it's going to last you a nice long time, be a very good value for your money. I feel like going ahead and just one more touch up there, have the scent around me for another little bit. As well. Everywhere else has gotten shaved pretty well, it feels like to me, and so this will definitely keep my stubble from being a little bit too long for tomorrow. Careful, very light. Since this is a trouble area, the shorter strokes help me to detect when I'm starting to edge close to a zone where that direction is not wise. And I can back off easily. The residual slickness is not great with this, but better than some. But the regular slickness is just fine. It's terrific. I think it's a great offering. And let's do that final rinse. All right, well, we are kind of done. I'm not sure. This is an easy shave, casual. So the results here are a little bit on the shadowy side, a little bit too much length left. I mean, a little bit of length left and too many tips. But this was just a casual one to hold the growth down and keep it from getting out of control. So we'll leave it at that. I do have a comfortable face, so that went well. Pretty fast shave. My friend Buzz, he would watch, and he would sometimes sit down with a sandwich and a drink and watch my shaves, just as a part of his routine. And one time I did some kind of shave like this where I was done in 15 minutes or something, and it was not a long video. And he commented that, "Hey man, I didn't get the chance to finish my sandwich." He was used to me going for a lot longer. And so it looks like how I treated the lather here with the loading of the soap, it looked like that actually worked pretty well. I got enough product out of the soap container onto the brush to do the job properly. So this is a rare face lather, but I did use the bowl to contain some of the excess that would have just fallen down into the sink. And then I was able to use that excess during the rest of the shave. And that's one of the reasons why I was able to have enough lather to get the job done. And that might be a reason why some of those smaller shave bowls, smaller lather bowls could be beneficial. As not real lather bowls, but just kind of temporary containers to hold excess, to hold your brush when you're not using it, to hold some some of that excess lather so that you can use it a little bit later. All right, well, the Fat Boy did well, comfortable, more comfortable than the Carve A and also the Wolfman 85 gap, I think, for the WR2. And we've gotten a good splash here. Let's pick the Executive Man from Stirling. I need to use this balm up. I don't have any tender spots or anything that needs specifically some healing. But I just need to, I'm about to go to bed, so I don't really need a big old burst of alcohol splash scent because I'm about to go to sleep. So we'll put on something that's nourishing. An Executive Man smells great. Excellent. I'll go ahead and leave you on while I clean up in the nature of the simplicity of today's video. I'm just rinsing out my bowl here from that excess lather. The Vulfix today did feel a little bit ropey because you saw how easily it splayed, and so I was feeling the sides of a lot of bristles. And that is the reason why I probably am not going to hold on to it. Very few brushes are kind of too easy to splay for me, but maybe this one is. As you can see, it does clump a little bit. Discovered I do like this Persian jar shape handle. Works pretty well for me. The tips are pretty soft on this though. It's just that because it splays so easily, you end up not feeling as many of the tips sometimes, but you feel kind of the ropey side part. However, if this was the only brush I had, then I would still enjoy nice shaves with it. Just not quite as good as others. And then we take our Sharpie and we put a dot to mark the shave. I put 300 dots on the little wrapper, and so I decided at the 300 mark to start keeping dots somewhere else because I was running out of space. Okay, the bowl is empty. I don't know how much water I used because things were casual tonight. In a few days, I will reach my full immunity with COVID. This is the weekend, and I think on Tuesday is my anniversary, my 2-week anniversary of my second dose. So very good. I'm still going to wear my mask for a while until I see a lot of the public. Until I see the numbers for the percentage of the American public who are getting immunized. It seems like the elderly are doing it right, and about 75% of them are immunized, but it seems like everybody else is being a little slow, and that's unfortunate. So I'm going to wait. So I just gave it a rinse. I loosened it up and gave it a rinse, and I will carefully and gently pat this dry. Keeping the blade dry could actually be one of the biggest contributors to long blade life. If I'm not getting any kind of corrosion or buildup on the blade edge because I'm drying it, that could be a big deal. I'm just getting my towel inside the razor just to kind of, I use such wet lathers that I don't get a lot of buildup anyway. So that's fun, sometimes it's fun to, if you have a brush that you're not afraid of beating up, and a soap you're not afraid of grinding on, because you're not really trying to save it, sometimes it's fun just to be casual, and if you end up using more soap than you need, big deal, right? Okay, and I believe we're all good. I hope this shave brings you something good to your life in some way, to your shaving journey or whatever. And this is Sugar Daddy Shaves, and I'm enjoying the Russian leather, and I think it's working very well with the Executive Man from Stirling, which is a Creta Ventus inspired cologne or scent. The performance was nice and comfy. I don't have any irritation or tenderness or anything like that. Skin feels great. I do have, and I think the closeness is reasonable. I think many occupations would not have a problem with this level of closeness, even with just kind of the casual attitude of today's shave without working it too hard in my trouble spot. Everywhere else it's got a decent shave. So there we go. All right, guys. Tomorrow, I don't know if we'll try maybe a more aggressive setting on the on this razor or just another razor. Who knows? But take care. We'll see you next time.